Hey guys, it's Brand Investment Joy. Week 30 coin collection, which is probably going to be one of the best ever. It's a beautiful sunshiny day here in Central Ohio. The sun's out, it's nice and warm. And I've already had to come out and refill my coin exchanger. It's run out of money a couple times now. So I already do a collection, but I couldn't do it because my son was on my phone. And what's going to make this even better is the fact that Raid Shadow Legends totally sponsored this video, which means I'm famous on YouTube. Yes, you've heard about Raid Shadow Legends. It's that game that is on pretty much every YouTube channel. The one with the console graphics that you can play on your phone. And I'm so excited that they sponsored this video because you guys have been asking for months. Anyway, they've got this awesome referral program. If you click the link below, you can get 100,000 silver. You can also get an executioner, and then you get shards. As you play the game, you get these shards, and shards unlock champions. So you can get this girl here. Her name's Athel. I don't know. This isn't a Southern Ohio word, but she looks pretty interesting anyway. And you can take these champions and unlock them, and it's a random assortment, and then you take them and essentially sacrifice them to power up the champions that you already have through the use of your tavern, which is really cool. And there are just phenomenal amounts of these champions you have to go through the game and collect. It's like I tried counting and I took my shoes off, and I still had more to get. And one of the best parts with this game is you can play on both your phone, iOS, Android, as well as a computer, and you won't lose your data. It's totally cross-device compatible. So do me a big favor, guys, and sign up for Raid Shadow Legends if you haven't before. You'll totally get the 100,000 silver, 2 clan boss keys, 10 mystery shards, and a free awesome champion, the Executioner. And be sure to click the button at the top right to claim your rewards. I guess some of you guys forget to do that. So big shout out to Raid for sponsoring this video. Now that I am a meme, because I've been sponsored by a meme company, I am thrilled. And obviously they're paying me the big bucks to promote the Executioner, which is cool. So here's our quarters and our change. That's gonna peak it. That hurt even my ears. And I've already got some bills out of this machine already. I had to come out and restock once already. This is a Royal Generation 3 Plus vending machine that holds 804 cans of soda, pop, Coke. It is one of the largest they manufacture, which is cool. I'm doing live audio today, which is different, meaning there's no voiceover. Let me know what you think in the comment sections, whether you prefer it. But we had a car stolen. My church is partnering with a church right down the street. It's like right over there, down that way a little bit. That's the wrong way street, so don't go that way. So my church is partnering with a local church here in town. That so I was down here talking about some community stuff that I want to do, since we're going to be operating right down the road from here. And I got a call from the city police department, and they said, Brandon, there's been a car theft at your laundromat or in front of your laundromat. Do you have cameras there? And I've told the officer, you know, I have some of the best cameras in town. And I'll upload that video. We won't put it on, yeah, definitely come to Discord, but I'm not going to save it for Discord. So if you just hang around to the end of the video, I'll upload that. It'll be after the coin collection. So we've done good. And hopefully I do a good job of explaining it. But the biggest reason for the coin counting on these videos is for me to do kind of an internal estimate as to how much money is in this machine here. Because a lot of people come in and they love playing it, but that is not my machine. I get some money. We made in December like $600 off the machine. Maybe it's part of January too. I'd have to look at my records. But I make money on that machine. All this is nice and full. That's cool. So I do an estimate of how much money I think's in that machine, which is kind of one of those internal things. What I do? Oh, cool. Shoot. I don't know if you can see it. Oh crap! I just saw a bicentennial quarter. I saw a bicentennial quarter, and I've got to find it now. Gosh dang it! There it is. Cool. Okay, so I found it. I save all the bicentennial quarters. I'll put something. I still owe you guys for the Instagram deal. Putting my bicentennial. I had my kids count them, and they ended up with a nice little bucket of their own kid bucket. My daughters, they've got their own pink quarter bucket now, and it's they saved all the 2019 so we can sort through for 2019 W quarters. I know a lot of you guys asked that. And then I'm also starting to stave back all my star notes. They didn't sponsor the video, but I really like my Ridge knife. Different companies send merchandise to YouTuber people. And I said, hey, if I can get a free knife, I'm going to get a free knife. And it's titanium. And I think I've talked about it before, but my dad was a big knife guy. I'm going to have to get my keys out again. My dad was a big knife guy, and I really wish that he was alive to to see his son get free knives. Because my dad, whether it was a cheap crap gas station knife or a $1,000 first edition, first generation bussing knife, my dad was insane about knives and pens. And I told my mom, even my mom made note of it when they sent me this free titanium knife. She's like, oh, I wish your dad was alive to see his son get free promo knives. And it's like a $160 knife. Once again, they didn't sponsor this video. I just like talking about stuff that I enjoy. But just kind of an odd situation for my life has become very different than how I imagined it, even 10 years ago, where I'm doing videos on YouTube of quarter collections and getting sponsors like Raid Shadow Legends, and we've had the Ridge and Weeble. You can still get some free stocks with Weeble. They're one of my bigger sponsors. And I hope the takeaway is that this level of my life did not come overnight. Owning a laundromat and 140 rentals and that kind of stuff, that it's taken a lot of time to get to this point, and not it hasn't been easy. There's been a lot of sleepless nights and all-nighters that I've had to pull. There's been a lot of sacrifice on my end to get to these rentals and the laundromat. I know these floors are dirty, and you guys will say, oh, why are the floors dirty? Do you guys know what that's called there? I mean, I'm going to pick it up. But you know what I call this, or what it actually is? This is what money looks like. On one end, I have to pick trash up. On the other end, the laundromat is busy enough that people leave trash, which means we've got customers. A customer walked in while I was doing this part, and you guys have requested that I record the playful laundromat banter, which is what I am going to do for the next few minutes of the video, as per your request. Quarters and whatnot. You been doing all right?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, we're staying out in the country right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, trying to get back to back in town.
You prefer living in town rather than the country?
Yeah. A lot easier to get to work every day.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's cool. Did you get a monster out of my machine, or you just bring it along?
Oh, I bring it along.
That's what I thought, because I was going to say, I didn't think that there was any monster left, or at least the coffee. Oh. Someone, I mean, man, this week has been crazy. I got cleared out on almost everything. I came here Wednesday or Thursday. because Sharon over at the towers, she called and said, "Hey, your machine ate $1 off somebody I know," and I said, "Oh crap," because that specific kind of pop machine out there sometimes eats quarters if it's completely out. So if somebody calls me saying that they've had a problem with the machine eating their money, then I kind of know that it's out of pop. So I came here Wednesday and restocked it, and it's just everything was gone. I had just restocked it. I mean, it's good because it means we're selling pop, but then on the other end, somebody came by and didn't get what they wanted, which sucks.
Yeah.
So, well, I hope that you can get back in town soon if that's what you want.
Yeah.
Are you still working at the same place?
Yeah, I just now hit a year out there.
Really?
Yeah.
No way. Man, it seems like yesterday you were telling me that you just started out there, so that's good.
Yeah, I don't feel like that long.
Oh, that's good. I remember when I was working at the Gap up in Groveport. I was there for 3 years, and then when I quit to get in real estate, I was like, signed the termination paperwork and all that stuff, and I realized, man, I've been here for 3 years, and it seemed like just the day before I got hired.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's something about those 10-hour shifts that I was doing, because I was on 410s through non-peak season, and then during peak season I was at 510s, or sometimes 11. I was working 55 hours a week at some points. I think that kind of has something to do with how quickly time goes by when you're working at a factory or something like that, which I enjoyed it. I wish, there's days that I wish I was back at the warehouse still, because I knew that I was walking and getting a lot of exercise there. And then one day I bought a pedometer that measures your steps, and I was walking 8 miles a day. Felt pretty good health-wise, and then I got into real estate, which means you're driving a lot and sitting in a car.
Yeah.
And you're not getting nearly as much exercise, which is its own thing, for better or worse. So, well, good to see you. I'm glad that you're doing well, and hope you get back into the country, or hope you get back into the city if that's what you want.
Yeah.
When I got married to my wife, she owned a house, and my twin brother and I, we had grown up essentially on a farm. Our parents rented this little tenant house off a local farmer for, 13 years or whatever. So when I got married to my wife, she owned a house, and it didn't make sense to try and get out of living in town. So I thought, oh, this is just going to be a temporary thing, living in Circleville, living in town. And I was there for 10 years, and it took my dad up to the point that my dad died, where our living situation had changed, that we were able to go back now living in the country. And it's one of those things where, I didn't mind living in the city because I was able to go out every night and exercise and stuff.
Yeah.
But then it was really disappointing because even in Circleville, and it's not that we lived in a rough neighborhood, but we were starting to find heroin needles in our yard. And the worst thing I ran into in my own yard living in town was I ran over a needle with my lawnmower. And it snapped that stupid thing in half. I thought, holy freaking crap. Now here I am, I've got kids, I've got a wife, and I think I had 2 kids when I ran over the needle at that point. And it just bothered the heck out of me doing it. And I thought, man, I never had to deal with a needle in my yard living in the country. The worst thing I think we ever encountered living in the country was a family of possums made its way into our basement one fall, I want to say, or whenever possums have babies.
Yeah.
It made its way into our basement, and they had put a nest in the drop ceiling in the basement. And it sounded at one point like there was a large, full-size dog in the basement. and we thought this one night we thought somebody had broken into our house or something. I mean, we lived out in the absolute middle of a cornfield, but we were all freaked out. And my brother and I ran. My brother behind me with a rifle, me with another rifle, running into the basement because our dad was a truck driver, running out. He was on a load that day, and the first thing we see in the basement is glowing eyes as we run down, and it was, oh my gosh, talk about a freaky experience dealing with, you think somebody's in your basement and the first thing you see is a pair of glowing eyes, because we have flashlights or whatever headed down into the basement, and it is insane dealing with an animal with glowing eyes. We were prepared for some sort of person breaking into houses, and instead we were greeted with a possum. And regardless of our hillbilly mindset or desire, there was no shooting going on in the basement of the house, regardless of what animal was down there. And I think about it a lot. Man, that was a crazy situation with that, and that still probably takes the cake as the craziest thing happening. Oh shoot! The craziest thing happening to us while we lived on the farm, and then living in town, city life, running over heroin needles with a lawnmower, and that was probably the worst thing that had happened living in city life, especially having kids. Going into a basement as a teenager, dealing with a animal with glowing eyes, that's not. It wasn't nearly as frightening. It was frightening for about 10 seconds. And then it became a situation of, this isn't too bad. It's just a possum. And, yeah.
Raccoons or some will attack you.
Yeah, so, we had lots of raccoons out of the house, but they never made it inside. The only thing that made it inside was the family of 5 or 6 possums, and it's weird to me, at least, how you can live in a house we lived there for 13 years, and it took us 10 years to realize that there was a hole leading to the basement. I don't know why we never saw the fact that there was daylight coming into the basement. So it's just kind of one of those weird things where I was like, oh, we probably should fix that so animals can't get in our basement anymore. But we made it like 10 years or so without having any animals make it into the basement other than like maybe a mouse or something. So. So a couple quarters to play the machine. Free money. You get it. There you go. Thank you. Yeah. You're one of my better customers, so.
Yeah.
You might as well give me once in a while, right?
Yeah. I've been out here for a while.
Well, that's all right. The guy that's here all the time, we finally got the boy situation, I think, dealt with. He was out here probably a month ago, and he found out that what's his name that actually owns that machine, because I don't own the machine. He came in and he put that brace between the quarter pusher and the Pepsi machine, and with that in, you can't get more. You maybe get a quarter if you bail on it, but you won't get anything more than 1/4 out of it. And he and his buddy were here for 10, 15 minutes just wailing on it, and I think they got 1/4 out of it. And on that end, they gave up. But then on the other end, I know that the police department had called me and said, hey, we've pressed charges against the boy, and we're pursuing legal action against him, which is good.
Yeah.
At least as far as I'm concerned, it's good. Hopefully he'll learn. He'll learn something about it. Because the thing that upsets me, and I think you know which kid I'm talking about, that was breaking into the machine. It's just one of those things where I kept telling him over and over and over again, you can't do this. And I'm treating you a heck of a lot nicer than some of these guys in town would treat you. You know, I've met a couple guys that run businesses here, and they're just waiting for somebody to break in so they can shoot them. And I told the little boy that I said, you know, there's people out here that will physically hurt you if you steal from them. And I am so far not the kind of person that would ever do that. I would never hurt somebody over money. But that's me. Not everybody's like that. So it's so upsetting to know that, know that he's making these choices. And I've had that conversation with him. You know, hey, you can't keep doing this.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I try to tell him a few times. If you don't get in trouble, you don't stop.
Yeah.
Listen.
So, shoot, probably not drop that, huh? Okay, so here's all the money that was collected on Wednesday or Thursday. And then here's my bucket of money from today. We actually have people in the laundromat right now. Let me click on this screen so you can only see the camera that I show in my videos, because I've got more than one camera in here. I don't know how much hate mail that I have that says, oh yeah, there's the owner from the 80s there. I don't know how many video or comments I have that people say, oh, you've only got one camera in your laundromat, we're going to rob you. I've got a bunch of cameras, and I make sure that, for the most part, I'm on the same screen, so you guys can't see exactly how many 4K cameras I have. They're really good. Like I said, the police were here, and they were really impressed. So this is the money that I just got out of. It's one day right here, and then this is another, like, 4 days. And if you guys are thinking right now, well, he doesn't make any money because I've never seen his electric bill, the next video, I promise, is going to be the bill breakdown. So here's all of our cash. This is washer dryer quarters, and then here's the pop machine out front, Coke machine, Dr. Pepper machine if you're from Dublin, Texas, or the Coke machine if you're from Texas or other parts in the South. And you guys can have a fight and argument in the comments. So here we go on the quarter machine, the counter thingy mabob. Okay, so we've got our t-shirt there to kind of stop it. Power on, start. Once again, don't do this at home. If I lose my finger in this machine, I'll make money off of it with, the social appeal. But if you lose your finger, you probably won't get paid for it. So don't try it at home. Okay, so we're a little low, 191 on the quarters for the drink machine out front. Like I said, it was out for a day or two. Got a pretty nice little pile of nickels and dimes, which I am saving those back, maybe to just look for war nickels, something of that nature. So this is our washer dryer money. We're at 191 quarters, so that's a $250 shy of $20. So what, that's $17.50. Hillbilly math time. we've overloaded it. See, it gets wedged in there. And that's why I stick my hand in there. Not for the lulz or the memes, but just to try and randomize the position that we're in. Last one. Okay, cool. We actually broke the last record by 53 quarters. Last one was 2020. And of course I got a bunch of hate mail over it saying, you rigged it, Brandon, I'm unsubscribing. And please subscribe if you like this stuff. But I have people always threaten to unsubscribe because they think that the quarter count's rigged. And it's just, I don't know. Sometimes I think it's odd that we hit such a specific number of quarters, but if I was going to rig my YouTube channel, I'd do it in much more creative ways than odd numbers with quarters. I'd do something way cooler. So, all right, so here is our snack machine money, washer, dryer money, all that. And this is 6 days, I want to say. So we will auto add value for $1. This is snack machine money, and like I said, we're saving these bills back. I'm actually going to strap them up with these, and we're going to save the star notes. We're going to search for star notes, probably live on Instagram. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, we'll do that when I build up $1,000 of these. So we have $22 in soda money. So that's what I have to do the thinking. Darn it, with the $17.50 in quarters. Okay, so that's what, 120-ish just in ones for the washer dryer. So we're doing good. Let's see how much of this I can do one-handed. We increase the value to 5s. Of course. Obviously, I'd be more organized if I just set my phone down and did it with both hands. But I try to go on the thin line between showing my real self and not making my subscribers mad at me. So we'll increase the value to 20, and this will conclude the currency count. All right, 764. That'll put us really close to the highest cash that we've ever had. So there's a real high probability at this point that there's money in the quarter exchanger. So I'm going to show you the video from Sunday around noon when I came in of the car theft. Like and subscribe. I really appreciate you guys for watching. So here is the content. Watch this.